We have Brian on the line. Catherine, your first question.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
How do you feel about making a comeback with a recurring role in the wedding band, and would you consider this your biggest project since 90210?
Well, that's a multi-part question. Comeback. I don't necessarily consider it a comeback. I mean, I've been doing sort of a bunch of shows on and off since the 90210, Desperate Housewives, Terminator. But I would say that this is the first project I've done since the 90210 where as much of it depends on me as this show does. This is the most work by far that I've done on a show since the 90210.
Okay.
And then what was the second part of the question? Wait, no, I missed something else. I'm sorry. I don't want to shortchange what you do.
That's okay. The second part was, would you consider this your biggest project since?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I would consider it my biggest project. So far, I mean, I hope that we go past 10 episodes. It won't be my biggest project if we do one season and nobody likes it. So you never know. I think it's too early to say.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Bibi?
Okay, besides the show being your biggest project, what else are the reasons that made you say yes to this?
I love comedy. I love the rest of the cast. And the writers and director were fantastic. It just seemed like if you were going to do this kind of show, these are the people to do it with. And it was a great time. I mean, I'm happy. If all we did were these 10 episodes, it was a great experience. And I'm really happy that I did it, and really happy that I met the people and worked with the people that I did.
Okay. Kendra?
Brian, can I ask you about Stardom? Is the film still in pre-production? I've heard filming is projected to begin this fall.
It is still in pre-production, yeah. It's a big project. It's sort of a large undertaking. So we're taking our time and making sure that the script is there, making sure that our locations are there, but we're close. It's taken a lot longer than anybody had expected, but I think it'll be worth it.
Tammy?
Hi, Brian. Could you describe your growth as an actor in person after over 20 years in the business?
Would I describe my growth as what? I'm sorry?
As an actor and the person after over 20 years in the business.
I think I think just sort of age and children have made me more honest, which I think people like to see. And then I think, I act for a different reason. When I was younger, I acted because there was something that was cool to me about it, and it made me feel good about myself. Now I do it because I love it, and it's how I make a living, and it's what I do to take care of my family. So it's evolved, and I think in a good, healthy way. It's such a tough business, and you spend so much time between projects that I think I'm happy that I have made family the most important, and really kept this as just my career, and not held anything else on it, or made it any more important than it needs to be.
Okay. Peter?
Hi, Brian. Your new show is basically, it kind of let people do a comparison and make association with the famous comedy, The Wedding Singer. Is there any similarity between the two, or will your band actually do sing any songs from the 80s?
It's funny. That was, it's a good question. And when I first read the script, I thought, I'm surprised that nobody did this sooner because I really liked the film. I liked The Wedding Singer. I think though the difference between that film and this is we're not period, so it doesn't take place in the 80s. We're not so limited by what it is we're doing. But on top of it, it's not the music side of it. It's not a joke for us. Our goal on this show as a band is to be the most kick-ass wedding band that has ever existed, and to make songs that people and versions of songs that people would want to buy and listen to. So we take it very serious. We're not just doing sort of comedic versions of songs. We're doing versions that are appropriate to what it is we're doing. So if we're playing a country wedding and they say they want to hear I Will Survive, instead of us doing the original, 70s version of that song, we'll do a country version of it that fits in with the theme of the wedding. But it'll be the coolest country version of I Will Survive that you'll hear anywhere. And, so it's a different play on it. And I think that's what makes it interesting, is that people originally thought, we'd be just doing a bunch of funny versions of songs. But I think that the producers that we have, the music producers, are really good at what it is they do. And they've made some really fun, original versions of songs that are different, they're unexpected. It seems to be the thing that people have responded to the most are the songs that we've done.
All right. Catherine?
Okay, will we see a different comedic side to you with the character of Tommy? And is the character anything like you during your days as a bachelor?
The first part of that question I can't really answer because I don't know what other comedy any of you have ever seen me in before. So I could quite possibly assume this is the only comedy you've seen me in, in which case it's probably very different from anything else you've seen me do. But it's an honest comedy. I mean, it's not a slapstick sitcom type comedy.
Yeah.
It's an hour show, and we play everything as real as possible and let the situation be the comedy, not what it is we say.
Bibi?
Yeah. I understand that you already knew how to play the piano. Am I right?
Yeah, I played piano and drums when I was younger.
All right. And then for the show, you have to learn the guitar. So was that an easy experience for you?
No, I don't know if you
How long did it take you
play the
to
guitar
master
or not. It took a long time. I've always wanted to play the guitar, but because I grew up playing the piano, I on my own, just in teaching myself, would always try and figure out, I guess sort of as a shortcut, I'd try and figure out how the guitar related to the piano. Sort of, I'd try and figure out, okay, well, if piano keys lay out this way, then how do these guitar strings lay out? There must be some similarity. And I kind of had to, I realized at one point that there just is no similarity. It's like learning a completely different language. So once I wrapped my head around that, then I just started learning chords and sort of basic scales, and then once I figured out that part, it's a rhythm instrument. So for me, going from drums to the guitar was really fun and easy, and I love it. I love playing. I wish I was better than I am, but I think I'll get there just in doing the show long enough.
Kendra?
Which character from Wedding Band do you think makes the show so funny? Would it be Woodford or one of the guys?
Which of all the characters do I think make it funny?
Yeah.
That's hard to say. I think I don't know if there's any one character. I mean, I think Melora's character is great, only because she sort of runs the show. and she really sets the tone for what these events are going to be. But I think otherwise we all sort of play our part. It's a combination of everyone, I think, that makes it interesting. I don't know if any one character on their own would be able to carry it.
Tammy?
What is the new role teaching you in terms of acting?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
What is the new role, your new role here in Wedding Band, teaching you in terms of acting?
Just to be honest, I think it's really easy when you're doing comedy to get caught up in trying to make everybody laugh, and then you sort of lose track of any sort of reality. And this show, I think we just continue to push ourselves and each other to be honest and real in every moment. And I think when we're at our best that way, it's when our show is the funniest.
Peter?
Okay, Brian. You play basically the vocal in the band. So in reality, do you really have to jam up the music with your fellow actors? And how is the chemistry of the band?
The chemistry is great. The four of us get along really well. Musically, it's hard. We have an amazing producer, this guy Adam Schlesinger, and his partner Stephen Gold, and they have a band called Fountains of Wayne. And Adam has been producing a lot of music for television. Aside from that, he just won an Emmy recently. He actually did that number for Neil Patrick Harris for the Tonys. That was amazing last year, the sort of opening number for that. And he plays everything. So when I go in the studio to sing, he has recorded it completely, and he's done it himself. So I go in and I'm just sort of doing vocals at that point. Once that's done, then that CD goes to everybody, and then everyone learns their part. So Peter will learn the lead guitar, Derek will learn the drum part, Harold will learn the bass part, depending on whatever is happening. And then when we know it well enough from there, then we start to shoot it. So it's a bit of a process to get working. But we have handling all the pieces of it, and it seems to work really well, or it has so far.
Sorry, there's a lot of feedback from one of you. Can everyone just take away your phone from any speakers or whatever? Because we can't hear what Bryce is saying now. All right. Okay. Can we have time for one last round of questions? Catherine?
Okay. Would you call yourself the breadwinner now that Megan seems to be off the scene with spending time with Noah?
No. I wouldn't. We share it. We share the burden. So when I'm working, she takes time off, and when she's working, I take time off.
Okay.
That's a funny question, though.
Can I just ask one quick one?
Go ahead.
Will we be seeing a glimpse of the rapper that released One Stop Carnival in the show?
A little bit, yeah. There have been a couple songs that we've had to do that were fun. We did our own version of 99 Problems. We did It's Getting Hot in Here, which is pretty fun. So, yeah, we've done a little bit of it on the show, and then I don't know. Eventually, I may do something again on my own. I don't know. I've been working with some cool people lately, so we'll see.
Okay.